play, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line, 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. More from the costume contest. Entries coming in. Jump on that. Plus, dial us up at 888-963-2682. With players wearing a mask right now, we're ready to take it off. We come back next. Fantasy Alarm, Sirius XM, Fantasy Sports Radio.
We are 8 weeks into the fantasy football season, and when your team is in the race or ready to make the greatest comeback ever, Fantasy Sports Radio is ready to take you there. It's more rewarding when you lose your first round pick, and you find a way to win anyway. From start-sit advice to waiver pickups to so much more. Why you gotta be drafted just for a piece of the puzzle. So fun. Make your move with Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87 and on the Sirius XM app.
Time for new tires? Tire Rack has Bridgestone tires that will elevate your drive. Touring tires for commuter comfort. Performance tires for sporty handling. All-terrain tires for on- and off-road adventure. Blizzak tires for dedicated winter traction. Go to TireRack.com to get started. Not sure where to begin? Use their easy-to-use shopping tools to get a personalized tire recommendation. The right tires for how, what, and where you drive. Choose from the full line of Bridgestone tires, shipped fast and free to a recommended installer near you, or choose the convenience of mobile tire installation. They'll bring your new tires to your home or office and install them on site. Doesn't get much easier than that. Go to TireRack.com to see their Bridgestone test results, tire ratings, and consumer reviews, and be sure to check out all the current special offers. Great tires and a great deal. What more could you ask for? That's TireRack.com. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Howard Bender from FantasyAlarm.com here. And I don't mean to be a buzzkill, but you still have a lot of work to do before becoming a fantasy football champion this year. It's a long season, and your opponents aren't going to just hand you the trophy. You need to stay sharp, and you need to play like a champion all season long. That's where Fantasy Alarm's All-Pro comes in. All-Pro gives you everything you need to win your league, including rankings, waiver wire targets, trade analyzers, start-sit advice, even one-on-one access with our analysts so you can get your questions answered about your team each week. All-Pro keeps things simple and fun. It's as easy to use as it is awesome. After all, you want to win, but you want to also have fun, right? So go All-Pro and join the family today. Visit fantasyalarm.com/all-pro and start a free 7-day trial. That's fantasyalarm.com/all-pro because when you go All-Pro, you'll not only get help from the pros, you'll win with the pros all season long.
If you find Halloween to be a painful occasion, then Radio Classics has just the thing for you. A seemingly endless assemblage.
The thing's alive!
Halloween presents Radio Classics. Now on channel 148. And the Sirius XM app.
This is Terrell Owens, and you're listening to Sirius XM's Fantasy Sports Radio, the home of fantasy sports.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM.
The World Series between the Dodgers and Yankees continues tonight at 8 Eastern. Every pitch is on Sirius XM. Hear the Yankees call on Sirius 208 XM 175. The Dodgers call on Sirius 210 XM 177. And the National call on Sirius XM 89. Expert analysis after the game. It's MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM Channel 89, and the all-new Sirius XM app. Dominate your fantasy sports leagues on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio. All right, welcome back, everybody. Howard Bender, Andrew Cooper, Shannon Josh Wagner on the other side of the glass. We're running a Halloween costume contest here on the show. You can tweet us at Sirius XM Fantasy. We want to see pictures of that. Make sure I'm tagged on it at RotoBuzzGuy, at Coupe Fiasco, at SiriusXM Fantasy. Throw a little at Fantasy Alarm in there also, because if we don't see it, we can't vote on it. And the winner gets a free 1-year subscription to Fantasy Alarm. Now, I know somebody who doesn't need a free subscription to Fantasy Alarm is hanging out on the phone lines right now. And I gotta tell you, man, costume contest winner here, coming in dressed as Howard Bender's future ex-wife. It's Terry from the Jersey Shore. Terry, what's going on? Welcome in. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very, very good. A little flustered by your costume here.
How are
but...
you?
What's happening, Terry?
Well, I love my fantasy football. I love my analysts. I have another team. It's not as important as the listener league, but it's pretty up there. I had Jaden Daniels, but I didn't know how he was going to do last week, so I picked out Darnold, who I played, and then I was like a little sad because I had to wait till the very end to win, but I won my matchup. And then I have Mason. So I need a tight end next week. So I don't really have to put a waiver in because I think I only get the 9 waiver claim at a time. But I need a tight end for craft next week. Who am I drop? Darnold, even though he looks like he's little ranked high. Like I have Daniels. I think he's going to go this week. I hope so. He's questionable. Or would you just hold? I don't like holding out the 2 quarterbacks, but I don't know what Mason's doing now.
No, I would put him on the trade. That's what I would do, and just see what's out there. Sometimes people will see that and they'll like make an offer for Darnold, and then they'll make a crazy offer for Daniels, and you just have to take it roll with Darnold. You know, if it comes down to it, you probably just have to draft. As Howard has pointed out, he's not quite Kirk Cousins in terms of volume, tempo. So expecting him to just constantly grow 300 and 3 touchdowns, he's never going to have the upside of James Davis. So of those guys, if you have to drop something for a tight end, I'd drop Darnold. But I would try and make a trade now, 2-for-1 trade, free up a roster spot if you need to add somebody on waivers, or just in general, trade one of those guys for a tight end or anything else you can use. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you just make the right moves at the right time, and
yeah, but I saw those big pork steak thingies.
Good problem to have.
You can put one in a small,
It is a good
one
problem to have. By the way, I got to give Terry her props
one in
here.
another one.
Listen, she is currently in second place. Second in overall points right now.
you
She's
just
got a
cut 'em up
5-3
already, either.
record. She's got a hell of a team here, although...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she does have a hell of a team. I was going to say, I saw Jordan Love at top of the list there, but Terry's got Baker Mayfield sitting there waiting in the wings. Terry, how you feeling about this week's matchup? Who are you taking on?
I think it could be Jim Bowden at Kansas.
Oh, he is.
He's in.
Oh, yeah.
The Miami Sharks, as always, he's the Miami
I know, Howard, I didn't beat you, but I'm kind of beating the crew. One more, and I'm dead.
You beat me, Terry, and I was very upset about it. I was quietly not happy with you. But since you did...
No, and I don't have a great team. I don't. But I have Love, and I have my tight end, who's amazing, and then I lost Godwin.
That's when I was able to forgive you. That's when I was able to forgive you. When Chris Godwin got hurt, I was like, you know what? Me and Terry were not so different after all. So I was able to make your back into the circle of trust. But if you beat me by 80 points again, then, you know, we're done.
I know, so I only started like Eckler over because I like Eckler and I like Brian Robinson. I didn't get him in the league, but I have him in my other family league. I have a lot of running backs that I can't use with the Mason because even though I got auto draft in that one, because I won a couple times, they were joking around, I could not log in. I got CeeDee Lamb. I was so mad. I was so mad because I was like, I wanted a running back. And then I get Adams and London. And then I pick Godwin. But then I went off to the Walkers and the James Connors and the Chase Browns and the Robinson and Eckler. And I'm doing pretty good, right?
Definitely doing pretty good, and no doubt about it. But I'm with Coop here on that move there, as far as Darnold being the one that you could probably drop, especially with Jaden Daniels as the guy who's going to be your you're number one for sure. Terry, as always, man, thank you so much. I mean, say, man, thank you for the call. I don't know why I just dropped into that, but you know, she's got me all flustered here right now. It's the costume. It's the No, I would never say ma'am to Terry. No way. She's not a ma'am. She's Terry from the Jersey Shore. Appreciate that phone call. Let's go to Jason in North Dakota, because Jason has a trade question, but he's also got a player he's about to unmask. What do you got, Jason?
Well, I think what happened is Sean Payton went up there to Oregon and basically just threw a mask on Drew Brees and brought him down to the Broncos and Bo Nix.
I like that one. That is a good one, man. Because Bo Nix was playing great, dude. So, yeah, mask on Drew Brees.
Yeah, I'm a North Dakota transplant originally from Colorado, so I'm really excited. It gives me something to watch again, so it makes me happy.
Is that Tom Brady?
Well, inspiration there from
Somebody who's from Colorado.
Yeah. So new outfit. So I got a trade. Well, I got a trade offer. There's it's kind of layered. Well, not really, but there's some things behind it. So I'm 4-4. The guy that this trade offer is 4-4. And part of the issue is that we're facing each other this week. And he's really kind of wiped out on the wide receiver side. You know, so we need some wide receivers. He has Hurts and Jaden Daniels. And so I'm sitting pretty. I've got Joe Burrow. I'm starting Joe Burrow, but he basically he's being a wide receiver. And we were talking today, and he's basically offering me up Jaden Daniels for Garrett Wilson.
Oh, I take that.
You know, not Joe Burrow. He's offering Jaden Daniels or Garrett Wilson straight up. Who are your other wide receivers, just so I know?
So I got Malik Neighbors, I've got Sutton, and then on my bench I picked up McMillan, Mechie, I have Shakir, and Tillman.
Yeah, don't help him. I feel like that move. Sometimes I do what's best for my team. This could be an upgrade, but I think you're really helping the guy that needs it. So I wouldn't help him. I wouldn't give him Garrett Wilson. He's got a problem. His problem is he has two good quarterbacks, and you're bailing him out. You got Joe Burrow. Don't help him. Don't help him. But
So don't look like that.
Maybe coming up, and and it's a bunch of kind of trash left on the waiver wire. You know, for in 2 weeks now, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with Joe Burrow. You know, who to put in for Joe Burrow.
yeah, just scrap. We'll figure it out, dude. Single quarterback league. Don't help him. Yeah. Let him trade one of the best quarterbacks in the league for something that's not even gonna crack his mind. That's what he's gonna end up having to do. So,
I appreciate
offer
that.
Jalen McMillan.
Let's go up to Michigan. John's hanging out on the phone. John, welcome to the Fantasy Alarm.
Hey, Paul, appreciate you coming in. I got a question for you. Kind of a tricky one. I'm going to quick one to you. I think I want this one more than I want the league one. And I definitely want to change this one. So I got a matchup against first place. I went through a rough spell with all the injuries. I really want this win.
Okay, we got you there, John. Let's ask the question here. The setup is good, but we need to move on.
Oh, I need
You rushed me, but you ain't rushed that other motherfucker.
The other
With
two.
solid floor, I don't care about the field. I got Buggy Irving, Rasheed White, Teddy Tillman, Martin Harrison, Amari Cooper, and Tyrone Tracy. I don't think that's a question. So,
All right, so it comes down to, sounds like Cooper and Neighbors, or Harrison, I mean.
I think Harrison in this matchup gives you, I think the floor is going to be solid and the ceiling is still there. I know he's got Jalen Johnson. The question is, Howard, if Tyrone Tracy somehow gets cleared, just go for that.
I'm not gonna take that chance that he gets cleared. I can't do it. I know that his whole thing, it's the dump off passes that make Tyrone Tracy more valuable. But again, you know, you take a wrong tackle. I mean, how many times do we see guys who don't get cleared the week after, right? They always have to like sit out the full week before they actually get cleared. The only reason that somebody played this past week was because it was a Monday Night Football game. So for me, it's either Cooper or, and I know he likes floor versus ceiling, but Cooper versus Harrison, I think, you know, I would probably go with Harrison here. That'd be my call.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. Because Amari Cooper is not even fully ramped up yet. It has not played a full snapshot yet. So go Marv. Yeah, so I hope you beat that guy. Take down the champ.
Sounds like he needs that win, or he really wants it. Really, really wants it. Sean in Virginia, welcome to the Fantasy Alarm.
Thank you, gentlemen. I asked you this question 4 weeks ago, and I lost by under a point. Patrick Mahomes or Baker Mayfield this week?
Dun, 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 dun.
And I'll tell you, Baker still looks good, even without the top dogs. I mean, he's leading the league in touchdown passes, leading the league in interceptions as well. I think I'm still going Mahomes here. They're going head-to-head. The Chiefs are favored by 8.5. I can't foresee Baker Mayfield in a head-to-head matchup outperforming Patrick Mahomes. What do you think?
I don't see it either, especially against this Chiefs defense. Like, this Chiefs defense is legit. They rank 8th in DVOA against the pass, 2nd in DVOA against the run. They're definitely not screwing around. And again, it's not outlandish to that Mahomes' performance hasn't been crazy outlandish because they haven't needed to have that. And maybe Tampa Bay's playing from behind, but I don't necessarily think that this is a game where Baker Mayfield's going to throw for 300 yards and a couple of touchdowns. I would stay with Mahomes here. 2 touchdown game this past week, looked rock solid. This Tampa secondary is terrible, absolutely terrible. They need to get fixed somehow. So I think I'm sticking with Mahomes here, Sean. Appreciate that phone call. Let's do one more. Who's it gonna be? It's Montavious in Ohio. Montavious, welcome to the Fantasy Alarm.
How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. How are you?
So I'm doing excellent, man. I can probably meet you guys. I listen all the time. So here we go. First, I want to name my team, but then you guys tell me should I do this trade. I got Joe Burrow, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen Waddle, Bijan Robinson, Josh Jacobs, Dalton Kincaid, Cade Otton, J.K. Dobbins. My bench is Calvin Ridley, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Conklin, Rondell, Rico Dodell, and Quentin Johnson, and Nick Chubb. So I'm wondering, I want to do Nick Chubb, J.K. Dobbins, and Cade Otton for a guy who's 2 and 6, and he has the cap. Should I do it or not, sir?
With that lineup, I do it. Yeah, you got some really good running backs. If you can possibly trade just one of Chubb or Dobbins, not get rid of both of them.
I don't know what you want to do for that.
If you're getting McCaffrey back and you have a lot of
I can do Meatloaf and then you do
Bijan
birthday.
and Kenneth
And Jacobs.
or Jay Jacobs. Man, yeah, I would do it too. Do it because that's a league-winning move right there.
And I mean, what you're doing is you're consolidating your running backs. So that way, I mean, I do feel like your wide receivers are a little, okay, nothing amazing with it. But what you're doing here is you're consolidating your running backs. So you're locking it down that you're going to be starting 2 running backs and a flex, and a running back at flex in McCaffrey, Jacobs, and Bijan. So, that's definitely, I think that the volume that each one of those 3 guys get is going to help, make up for any kind of difference or shortcoming that you have at the receiver position. So, Montavious, I say you make that deal. Coop, you say he makes that deal?
Absolutely. And Otton's all of a sudden a nice trade chip that you don't really need because you have Kincaid. I think it's a perfect deal. Perfect deal.
Excellent job there, Montavious. Appreciate that phone call. 888-963-2682. Keep those pictures of your Halloween costumes going at SiriusXM Fantasy. We'll vote on those a little later on here, but when we come back, here she comes. Shamblunt, she's already pushing the wheel of randomness into the studio. Coop's least favorite moment about to happen next on the Fantasy Alarm Show. Sirius XM, Fantasy Sports Radio.
I hate Howard.
Hold up! It's Jimmy Fallon, and you're invited to my place for Christmas. Jimmy Fallon's Holiday Seasoning Radio. For a limited time, starting Friday, Channel 17, or listen at home with the Sirius XM app. Just search for Jimmy Fallon. Nobody brings you the excitement of Formula One racing like Sirius XM. Hear every thrilling lap of a worldwide championship chase. Plus comprehensive.
So I got you.
Yes, thank you. I didn't see a box. It's in a pig bag. I ain't been there.
Oh, you ain't got the pig bag yet?
XM to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Robinhood is introducing forecast contracts, so you can trade the presidential election. Through Robinhood, you can now trade financial derivatives contracts on who will win the U.S. presidential election, Harris or Trump, and watch as contract prices react to real-time market sentiment. Each contract you own will pay $1 on January 8th, 2025, if that candidate is confirmed as the next U.S. president by Congress. Learn more about the presidential election contracts on Robinhood at robinhood.com/election. The risk of loss in trading commodity interests can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Commodity interest trading is not appropriate for everyone. Display prices are based on real-time market sentiment. This event contract is offered by Robinhood Derivatives, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. Exchange and regulatory fees apply.
Paul Kelly here from Fantasy Football Mornings, presented by Fantasy Points. Get ready to maximize your fantasy points this season. Weekdays at 7 a.m. Eastern on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Want to hear something scary? Spirits are swirling in the Sirius XM with creepy Halloween treats.
Oh, what happened to the Socks truck, Sally?
To the dark.
Run on vacation, trips around Las Vegas like that. We see you in your Vegas gear right now, Shan. Why don't you go grab yourself a paper hat from In-N-Out Burger so that you can go into your costume as a fast food worker.
I saved it so I can.
There you go. There you have
I'm
it.
in my spearmint right now.
You are in your spearmint. Nothing better than the spear. Alright. Let's talk about the wheel randomness. Let's talk about the cobwebs, the spookiness, the spiders. You know I'm not a big fan of the spiders here, but you know, I'm okay.
I
I'm
can
alright.
lean into spiders for Halloween, but it's the only time I will. We all know my.
I think this is kind of I think it's pretty neat. They have this anti-spider show here. I'm actually a spider guy.
No, I mean, if we're talking about defense spiders, but no, I don't like spiders.
Of course.
Halloween.
All right, well, let's jump into it here. I'm assuming with all of the holiday decorations on this wheel, we're in for some spooky categories here. So, why don't you take a little spin here since you love this segment so much?
The wheel is already spooky general for me. Tonight it's been dumb expensive.
Keep in the wheel, Coop.
That's true.
Top tier candy haul is the first category, and a candy trade war, no matter what.
So for me, you can't trade war. I'm keeping the Reese's. I know they have the most value, but some of the other ones I like are like Butterfinger. They don't have a lot of trade value. So I'm gonna keep the Reese's for the
Reese's, you can always trade Reese's.
What do you think, Aaron?
Look, I need a ruling on this, Shan. Does he just saying Reese's? Does that include all peanut butter cups, all Reese's Pieces, everything like that, all things?
I would say everything but the pieces.
I will actually.
Different than the cup.
Reese's Pieces are not. They're not very tradable. I'll clarify that because the best Reese's for me are the ones that are, and I'm confident that they're the same. They're just recycled, but the ones that they use for the pumpkins and the eggs in the cup in the spring, you know, so much more peanut butter. So those are probably the most valuable things.
Should I got some, Daddy?
100 gram bar. It's caramel, it's chocolate, it's crispy, it's yummy.
One of my favorite candy bars.
100
gram?
gram?
Oh yeah, that's really
It's
good.
got the value right there on the wrapper. So,
I like it.
Right.
no, you should. What are you hoarding during a trade?
As a kid, I would always hoard the dots. I loved dots. I never got dots except for on Halloween either, because it was just not something to reach for. So
In California now, about to pass Wairika.
Candy, but it's got to be like Milky Way Midnights. I love those. They're always on Halloween. Or the Three Musketeers and stuff like that.
Shouts out to JD Motorsport. Go check out his channel. Got some pretty cool stuff over there.
Yeah, you can't run down dots, dude.
What's the trade value on dots?
There's no trade value. There's no trade value on dogs.
Probably not.
Shouts out to Sheldon Card saying I legit thought you was really pushing that cup card.
Never gonna get
Be on that car's ass.
I'm talking about this one.
I know.
Oh yeah, we was like,
Saying the conversion rate on dots are really bad.
You better move it. You better move it.
That's off the thing.
Do you like dots?
Dude, I love dots. That's actually my dad's favorite candy, so it was always in the house.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with gum girls. Good on that.
I'm about to revisit.
As long as we're not saying the coconut candies, we're all good, because we all know those are very disgusting now as far as
you guys share this to your socials. Let's get 300 people up in here.
coconut is dumb, Howard. Mine is Sour Patch Kids. You cannot pry them from my fingers. Every single time I get them, they're going to go.
Did you get yourself any candy over there?
Now, do you like the regular ones or the ones?
I mean, I like them all. I like the peach rings too. The grape is good, but the blue Sour Patch Kids in particular, you can pry from my whole head.
You weren't too focused. You got distracted by the damn bucket. Yeah, I was looking at you. You was all in the bucket while I was talking. I said, I see you in the bucket. And look, and I thought you saw me because I was pointing at you and you kept talking. That's why I said, to your right.
I was looking for you.
I was literally right there.
I know, I'm looking
Mummies
for you
and
right
werewolves
there.
and witches. Oh my! What is a classic Halloween costume that you love, even though it might be considered played out?
Oh, they hit up his trailer.
Howard, go ahead.
They just hit his trailer
I
up.
don't really have one. Like, what's been played out?
In my head, I'm thinking like the cat costumes, witches. My favorite. It's not super classic. It would be Santa Claus. There's always someone who's Santa Claus, and I think it's so funny to try to find Santa Claus everywhere.
You know what I don't like?
They just have
what I
the
don't
costume.
like. I'll give you the one that's played out. Doctors who go to Halloween parties wearing their
Shouts out to Roberto.
as doctors, right? I mean,
Ferrario.
that right there is the
Barha.
worst.
I'll tell you what my...
Did I say that right?
Perfect one for this because it's super played out, it's super easy, it's incredibly stupid, but it never fails to make me chuckle. It's just like the ghost costume where you just wear like a sheet. Like that is... there's something about it when I just see somebody like I'm like, oh, it is excellent. So keep on rocking, sheet ivory people. Keep rocking.
Wags, what about you?
I'm gonna say the skeleton costume with like the body morph suit. It's just kind of funny watching them dance, especially if there's like a black light in the room. It's kind of like a cool like, visual effect. And you know those people are sweating to death, and it's really hard to drink their beer, so it's just like help them out a little bit. You become friends, but I'll go with the bodysuit skeleton look. So like the bullies in Karate.
I'm done.
Cobra Kai.
I ain't gonna try to pronounce that. Noble.
I'm gonna give a little spin here for the next one.
That means double tap the screen. Double tap, double tap.
There's no football here at all. Okay. The least favorite part about Halloween is if no one comes in the house, which has happened at multiple locations where I've lived, and sometimes it happens one year out of nowhere. I don't know if they take all the kids from the neighborhood and just shuttle them somewhere else. I don't know. But like sometimes I get all dressed. One year I got all dressed up as Manny Ramirez with like this like wig, and I had my jersey on, and I was all fired up. Nobody came. I just sat there.
Lord, Tinnerite.
So,
I don't know
kids,
where's Tinnerite?
Come on by. We got candy. What is it?
Tinnerite. T-E-N-E-R-I-F-E.
Although I don't know.
Country I never heard of.
Neighbor came home with their daughter.
Anybody on here know where that is?
What country is that? Close to? What continent?
For a couple hours there. Just gave that kid diabetes.
Yeah, that's gotta be in the country. What country is that located in?
Part of Halloween, I guess, would be Screaming Children. Yeah, you know what? Screaming Children, they just don't do it for me. It's just, definitely one of the reasons why I didn't have kids. I just can't stand it. Like, I can tolerate people's kids for a very limited amount of time. If kids want to come to the front door, they want to, say trick or treat, get some candy, and get the hell off my porch, well, then I'm fine with that. Once you get like the kid crying or the baby screaming or something like, nope, it doesn't work for me. Sorry, get out.
I think mine, it falls along the line of kids not going to houses anymore, because I have yet to have a child come to any place I have lived to get candy, and you want that. You grow up and you see it, you do it, and you want to be that part of the culture. But you know what? I have a problem with trick or treats for that exact reason.
Like me.
I love trick or treats, not on Halloween. Like the weekend before is when people go dress their car up. They're coming and anywhere from the parking lot, my dog's daycare this month. Yeah. Just I get it, but at the same time, it's ruining people's houses, and I miss that, and I want that.
I was pretty consistently told as a child to avoid apartment.
Yeah, don't go by that truck. Get your ass away from that truck.
That actually goes against everything that I was told that I believed.
Right? I'm not going anywhere near the church parking lot when there's just one dude in like a crappy blue Nova, trunk pop, just waiting.
Get out of there, Howard.
It's candy in the truck. It's in the back. Way in the back.
Get out of there, Howard.
I got the full-size candy bars in the back of the truck. Don't look at the back.
Yeah, I'll give you a boost. Yeah, no trunk or treat for me.
What about you, Wags? Least favorite part of Halloween?
I'm gonna say people that wear costumes that don't get the bit. Like one year when I wore that Wilfred costume, there was another Wilfred, and I was trying to quote the show to him, and he's like, "Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never seen the show." I wanted to drop my, dog gloves and take this guy outside. I mean, you can't be wearing costumes if you don't get the joke or you don't get the show or movie. Don't be a poser, man.
Right.
Maybe he was just dressed as a dog.
Nah, it was a gray dog suit with the black nose, like the second season it came out when it got big. He was being a poser, Howard.
You popped up and you were like, Wilfred. And he was like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Well, he was like, I'm Wilfred, and I was trying to give, the funny quotes from the show, and he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Never watched the show. And I was like, dude, you and me outside right now, we're gonna have a dog fight.
I will boo on that.
All right, well, there you go. A little wheel of randomness Halloween special. What do you guys got? 888-963-2682. See if we can't take one lucky phone call to towards the tail end. Plus, we vote on our favorite costume that's been tweeted at SiriusXM Fantasy. Gonna give away a 1-year subscription. Howard Bender, Andrew Cooper, Fantasy Alarm, SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Here's what's happening on SiriusXM Sports.
Well, the Los Angeles Dodgers close out the World Series tonight. MLB Network Radio is live from Yankee Stadium right now with the pregame show before the Dodgers' New York Yankees World Series Game 5. Then the play-by-play. MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM 89 and the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
This week on Let's Go with Bill Belichick, Max Crosby, Peter King, and me, Jim Gray. With Jared Goff and Bill Belichick, Coach, what do you see in the evolution of Jared's game?
Accuracy and decision making. I mean, that's really what quarterbacking is.
Those guys protect me. Those guys run great routes. I'm delivering it on time and accurately. I'm just trying to play disciplined football, and I think I have. Guys are making catches, and things have been good these past few weeks.
Listen to the extended version of Let's Go, now available exclusively on the all-new SiriusXM app. When you want to talk football, you go to experts, like those of us here at Let's Go. And when you want to talk diamonds, you go to the experts at Jared. The diamond experts at your local Jared Jewelers know all there is to know about high-quality, natural diamonds. Did you know Jared has more certified diamondologists than any other local jewelers? Let them guide you in creating a brilliant, one-of-a-kind engagement ring to kick off your happy ever after. Visit your local Jared Jewelers or look online at jared.com.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy.
This has made us wonder, what is the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic. Hey.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park.
In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. Right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/sports to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Sports Grid Radio on SiriusXM has you covered this NFL season.
Texas CJ Stroud takes his Texans against New York against the New York Jets to open Week 9 Thursday Night Football. The Texans open as 3-point favorites over the Jets. They total over 35. Tune into Sports Grid Radio to stay up to date on all the latest.
The place to get the winning edge over the sports books this football season is Sports Grid Radio, channel 159 in the car and on the SiriusXM app. Fantasy Sports Radio, where championships are won.
Are you experiencing separation anxiety from the guru John Hanson this season?
I'm a big separation guy, and I jokingly call myself a separatist.
He isn't too, which is why you can hear the guru 3 times a week on Fantasy Football Morning, presented by Fantasy Points. Listen to the guru Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern for his expert analysis and unique sense of humor.
I can't quit being terrific, Paul. I just can't stop. It's in my DNA.
On Fantasy Sports Radio, channel 87, and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Turtle On, and you're listening to SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, home for fantasy sports.
I know everybody's got bad taste. But if you say that you don't like it, then you never tasted mine. So about me now. So, welcome back, everybody. It's Howard Bender, Andrew Cooper here on Fantasy Alarm Show. Josh Wagner, Shem Hook on the other side of the glass. Before we wrap things up and pass it off to the boys over at RotoWire Fantasy Sports Fans, Nick Whale and Jeff Erickson. We got to declare a winner for our costume contest here. At SiriusXM Fantasy, we loved all of the offerings here. Well, let's go around the room here and see who's got what. How about we start with Shan? Shan, who's going to be your pick for the costume contest? You know what? That is definitely a good one. That's at LWolf83. That's a good costume. What about you?
I gotta give it to the dude. I gotta give it to hats and Blue Diddy in his Big Lebowski costume. I mean, he's got the weight pressure. He's got a bunch of good pictures. He crushed that one. So I'll move the dude on that one.
I gotta give it to him. Congratulations. That's at LWolf83. I'm gonna DM you and we'll get your information for sure. Congratulations. Love it. All right, that's gonna do it for us here on the show. I am flying solo tomorrow while Coop goes trick-or-treating with the fam. So we got a lot to talk about tomorrow. Starts all your favorite questions that need to be answered. Plus, are we going to bet the Jets? I'm telling you. So, Josh Wagner, Shan Blunt, and Andrew Cooper. I'm Howard Bender. This has been the Fantasy Alarm Show on Sirius XM, Fantasy Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Jeff Erickson from RotoWire. Join me and the whole RotoWire crew every weekday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we help you conquer your fantasy football season. We'll bring you waiver wire advice, the latest NFL news, and even give you live looks at the Monday and Thursday night football. Plus, we bring some of the top lines in the industry to give you that winning edge. We've got it all on RotoWire. And RotoWire tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio. Before you pull the trigger on that trade, you might want to look at play us first. Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio.
This is the Sirius XM Sports Update.
Coming up in about 8 minutes, Yankees and Dodgers will get up Game 5 of the World Series in the Bronx. It'll be a battle of right-handers, rematch of Game 1 of the series. Gary Cole and the out for the Yankees. Jack Flaherty for LA. Dodgers on 3 games to 1 and have another chance to wrap up the series and the championship tonight. Yankees won big last night in Game 4 to keep their season alive. Under manager Aaron Boone joined the MLB Network radio pregame coverage from the Bronx. He said he liked the response the team showed and they have to continue that this evening.
Treated it like cover saying it, like not getting ahead of ourselves, not making it too big. It's like, let's not play pitch by pitch, let's put the earbuds off and try to win a game. Now it's the same thing. We're trying to get back on the verge. Get back to the West Coast. So keeping it as simple as that.
You can hear all the play-by-play action. Game 5 of the World Series right now on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89 from the NBA. 11 games on the schedule tonight. They're in the second quarter in Cleveland. Cavaliers all over the Lakers. 63-44. Jared Allen, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Also late second quarter. And
LeBron Anderson lost up.
Turn off the faucet while brushing your teeth. Save water. Toss water. Second quarter in Philadelphia. Pistons on top of the 76ers, 42-38. It's the Hawks 57 Wizards score. There is one.
See what Nissan Skyline up on?
Okay, playing on 1521.
I like those numbers too. They just hit them both Cavs by 17. Type defense that Atlanta plays with by KJ Martin.
The same thing, but every small business needs something. By NCUA.
You work hard. So Paul, and again, my heart goes out to him, Billy.
Stay on internet 97.
We're waiting. I went to our director of it. It's been a Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell first half. Offensively, too. They had combined for James Bob left side to Davis. Davis has Levert on a switch. Davis now double team back out front to Reed. One on the clock. He's got to let it fly. Missed it. Davis with a tip that somehow fell. Wow. Heck of a tip. And he was pushed by Levert, too. Heck of a move. Cavs can't wind it all the way out, but they can get it pretty close. Jim, I'd like to get a 3 right here. Keep that baby around 20. 65-48. Here's Mitchell on the right side. Fires down low. Levert has an easy layup. One. This from Donovan Mitchell. Martin Levert. 8 seconds to go. 6-7.
Because they didn't have any.
And by 19.
Is there any in the pink bag?
It'll be LeBron James to him out with 3.3 on the clock. Tennessee.
What you got, right?
Family Fun Pack presented by Shealy's Furniture and Appliance. Cavs.com/offers. Inbounds Davis, 3 ball. No! That ends the first half of play. 67-48. The Cavaliers have a 19-point lead over the Lakers. As the two teams head to the locker room here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Now, the Cavaliers did not take and make the final shot of the first half, but no one goes home loser. In the Sherwin-Williams Sure Shot promotion, our contestant tonight, John Hancock from Beloit, receive a Cavs shirt and hat. Well, Mike Snyder, this place was rocking from the get-go. The Cavaliers gave their fans all sorts of things to cheer about in the first half. And the Cavaliers still with that 19-point lead at the half.
Chip, they are playing well, really on both ends of the floor. The scoreboard indicates just that. You and Jim enjoy your halftime break. It is time for the McDonald's halftime report. The Cavaliers doing a number on the Lakers so far as they lead at 67-48 at an incredible first quarter in which they were 17-22 from the field and had 42 points. They cooled down a little bit, but regrouped in the last 5 minutes, and that lead is at 19 here in the half. Now, coming up on the McDonald's halftime report, my post-game partner Brad Sellers will join me. We'll get Brad's thoughts on what the Cavaliers are doing. Great first half. Really doesn't mean I'm puzzled by that, but well, basketball gods agree with you because Johnson just missed the free throw. They've tied out Minnesota free throws again this season as Johnson makes a second. 7-point lead for Detroit. They're Hamlet to roll. 40 seconds to go in the first half. He'll drive it. Oh, man, he knocked over Oubre. No call. Loose ball rebound picked up by Caleb Martin. Sixes to Maxey down the far sideline. Angles back out to McCain. Jarrett for 3. They're going to wave it off an illegal screen. Oubre called for the illegal screen. Jared McCain, the crowd rising on with the anticipation, and the fouls on Drummond actually with the illegal screen. Sixers won in OT Sunday. Looked like they were going to win the game in regulation until Halliburton hit a 3. But the Sixers prevailed 118-114. Maxey made 14 field goals, 5 of which were threes, a dozen free throws, and round to a season high 45 points. Detroit by 7, 27 seconds to go. And the Pistons will bring it up. Cunningham, good game thus far, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Harris with it, he's hearing.
Maybe you can put the Band-Aids that I bought this on the Ziploc bag.
9 to shoot, Ivy with it. Ivy down the lane, breaks free and dunks it.
Can you give me
Wow,
out
what
some
an
more
athletic
pads, too?
play. Cupped the ball with his left forearm and then came clean and dunks it with 2 hands.
Did you find all the energy drinks?
Yes.
Okay. There was another thing of wipes. That's good. Yeah, there's one up top. But remember, we couldn't find it. I think it's halfway gone, but remember we couldn't find it, and then we couldn't find the other one either?
Sixers down 9. Maxey gets knocked down, and they're going to
call an offensive foul. If it's on Maxey, that's his third. It's not. It's on Caleb Barton. And that, saying flop. JV Bickerstaff wants a flop. It's a foul away from the play, but on the Sixers, and they were the inbounding team. Here's Howlett to Ivy. Ivy from midcourt, shot in the air at the end of the first half, no good.
747 free. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Office provider.
Hey, Heat Nation, the best way to celebrate a Heat win is with Papa John's Pizza. Because when the Heat win, you win too. The day after a Heat win, get 50% off online orders at regular menu price when you order from the Papa John's app or PapaJohns.com. Using the promo code HEATWIN. And don't forget to join Papa Rewards for exclusive items which score points towards free pizza with every Papa John's. The official delivery pizza of the Miami Heat. All of that was qualified orders with top dollar with other discounts. Delivery fee and taxes extras and are not subject to discount.
Holiday event of the year returns. 1/100's Jingle Ball, presented by Capital One, starring Camila Cabello, the legendary T-Pain, Hakeem Leroy, Benson Boone, Jason Derulo, Khalid, Saweetie, Tinashe, plus Isabella Rosa and K-pop star Bono. December 21st at Kaseya Center. Secure your seat now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Robinson of Your Miami Heat. Now back to more of tonight's game, Jackson 8 on Your Miami Heat audio experience.
The 4,000-point band bringing us back to the Outerbird selections. Celebrating the holiday. Is that a little zombie right off the top of the thing?
It was. You will hear a mix tonight.
There'll be something. Taking us to the
First one I
holiday.
put in though.
You sure?
Positive.
What'd you put in there? Is that what that was?
That should have that was the second one. What's gonna happen?
Right there?
That was the second one I put in.
Yeah, but it's second. I watched you do it. It's put it in the first one. It's the second one you actually place. I'm with you. See how that's a hard task each day. Here's Brent just making it easy from the bottom of the circle though. Push it back. It's a 4-point game as we start off our second quarter with. If I can really think this is really first ball, how long is this? Drew Smith gets the pusher low from the bottom of the circle. Thank you, Drew, for giving me something else to do. It's Smith, Robinson, Bryant, Hawkins, and Butler going against Anunoby, Towns, Bridges, Bryant, and Payne early in the second quarter. He's up 34-28. Three ball, Anunoby doesn't connect from the left side, right to the hand of Hawkins. His third rebound in 6 minutes. Brings it out to the mid post. Gets into Duncan. He'll miss the three from the right corner. Bridges will bring it up. Sees all black jerseys. Gets it back to Payne. Guys, dog it. Slow. Now, Towns with the rock. Drives on Bryant. Spins off the block. Left hand up and in. That was massive.
Thomas played that pretty well too. You just gotta challenge him, right? You got to stay with him, stay tough. In an isolation like that, it's tough to help because of the angle.
Jimmy with that right shoulder, just powering it to get his bucket dotted off. His first bucket on his first take, 2 points, an assist, and a steal for Butler in 9 minutes. 3 by McBride, nothing but net for him on the right side. Oh, Mark, his first take of 8 from the edges. Third assist by Payne.
He's now 9 for 14 on the season from long range. Miles McBride has been one of their best players from long.
Put it up 6 near the 10-minute mark here in the second quarter. Jimmy behind it. Gets down to the baseline, puts up a mini that won't connect. Towns pulls it down. Gets a McBride. He's flying. Hawkins trying to stay with him. It rolls out. And in that effort to stay with him, there's a foul. That was a whole other gear. McBride was in down there for Hawkins, his first foul. Stand up and be counted. Peters, there's no excuse not to vote. Early voting ends on November 3rd, and we have partnered with Rock the Vote to help make sure you're informed and ready to cast your ballot. Visit heat.com/vote for more information.
Miles McBride has got to be feeling pretty optimistic about the opportunity in front of him this season. Because in terms of guards off the bench, he's going to be one of the top options in New York City. You know, that's not like, that should not be taken lightly. He had a pretty nice, I'd say, second back half of the season last year, and he's gotten off to a great start for the Knicks.
He's in the finishing five a lot for the team early on here. 12 points in the fourth quarter so far this season, second most on the team down the stretch. Made the first free throw, second one goes as well, and hasn't missed it. He's only 10 from the floor, which is a 3-2 for 2 from the line. That's 5 points, man back in. Keep an eye on those 2 fouls. Gets it, he taps out, but he turns it over. OG gets the Bridges, he'll keep it down the middle, leave it. And Croc gets knocked away by Duncan, but right to the hand of Bridges. He'll fire from the right side and miss. While poked around as Hawkins tries to corral it. And it gets into the hands of Bam to calm things down. Here comes Smith. After the feed from Banks, pauses on the left side of the yard. The paint in front, spins away from him. Bounce in space, snaps to Hawkins. 3-point attempt. Air ball from the right side. He goes out of bounds off New York.
Celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Camps games or to any other live event in the land, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast. Right before it ends. Now, for only $5, get 2 sausage burritos, hash browns, and a small hot coffee. Order ahead on the app, and your $5 breakfast is ready when you get here. Price and participation may vary. Single item at regular price. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Met with first-time home buyers to get real about buying a home.
When you don't understand the process, you don't know what steps to take.
Money is just scary to begin with. There's so many question marks.
I wish there was like a home ownership coach out there.
Yeah, right. We're doing a lot. We're making big more just listening to you today. Get real solutions to real concerns. Call 800-4-ROCKET.
This is the McDonald's halftime report. Once again, here's Jim Alcorn and Jim Jones.
Cavaliers have opened up a 19-point lead over the Lakers, 67-48. Cavs on top at the half. I know we've got the dynamic duo down below with Kirk McLaughlin and Marty Allen, but for the Cavaliers tonight, the dynamic duo has been on the floor. Jared Allen, 18 points, 12 rebounds. Donovan Mitchell, 17 points to go along with 5 assists. And of course, the guy orchestrating it from the bench, one Kenny Atkinson. And earlier, Donovan Mitchell talked about you can see the impact that Kenny Atkinson is having on this team.
You see it, you see it, like the continue to run, like I was telling somebody, like, just the fact that myself, DJ, were all dominant pretty much the first 2 years I was here. Now you see us get off Evans, bring it up, Karras, bring it up, Sam's bring it up, George, like, being able to space the floor, play different actions, second side actions, continue to cut, slide, all these different things, just the motion of the offense, you can tell it's already different.
Kenny Atkinson basketball in the Kenny Atkinson era. And Cleveland off to a great start. Cavs looking to go to 5-0. And they can hang on here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. They lead by 19, 67-48 at the half over the Lakers. Third quarter follows this timeout on the Medical Mutual Cavaliers Audioverse. Oh, nails it. Timeout Sixers. Detroit scoring 8 of the first 10 points in the second. Ryan will push up right side. Target ready to check back in. They go to Brunson. He'll let it fly. And this is Smith will track it down from the left side. Jimmy right to the middle of the floor. He'll pull it back behind the arc. He comes to dribble. Gets to Bam. Bam feeds Hawkins. He's moving it off Brunson. Puts it up. And just a little shit. That's a good look as he spun off.
Yeah, like don't hurry, right? It's the right read.
Brunson pauses at the left elbow. Snatched out of the air by Jimmy. Pauses.
Pump fake for three. Look into his left. Here comes Duncan. Hand off. It's another running drive. Continue. It's open.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing right now?
Oh, you can wait on the ice for right now, Donnie. Unless you're just gonna...
I was gonna put it in the fridge.
Oh, okay. You got room? Did you find the Mylanta?
Yeah, but I had got some knockoff Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto?
Yeah. I don't know if it's Pepto, but it's pink.
Yeah, it's Pepto. Pepto's pink. I didn't see any stomach stuff there.
Yeah. The Pepto will be alright for me when I get my heartburn. That's all I need.
And you got the Tums too, right?
No, I didn't get the tongue.
Oh. Well, yeah, the pink stuff will help. Is it a little bottle or a medium-sized bottle?
Like a medium. Like a little, yes.
Yeah, that'll help. Yeah, that'll help with upset stomach. Diarrhea.
You gotta sing the whole song for me.
Heartburn, indigestion.
Really?
Upset stomach, diarrhea.
Really?
I'm just saying.
With each step inside, the iconic wordy with the officials. Schroeder, a right sideline 3 on a catch and shoot is good. It's 12-10.
Into a Cuddy Zangaro jump pass. And it flipped.
13 and 92. Blazers on it.
And once you're in the air.
Easy
All right,
flush.
now you got
That alley-oop, Homie had one earlier that he didn't catch cleanly, and Bryant picks up his third assist. Here's Cam Johnson driving to the basket, up and under reversal. Layup attempt, no good, he hit the neck. Wanted a foul. Rebounded by Smart.
Is our fridge stocked?
Yes. Pretty well.
We should be able to find room in there for my pie, right?
Yeah.
Like if we put the drinks on the top shelf, it should fit on that
Want
second
the pie in
shelf.
there?
No, not right now, no. It's got to thaw out first.
But you think about this pace right now, Eric. Even it's not breakneck speed pace, but it's still a good.
Let's use Morgan Warren. It has always got positive things to say about him. And they took care of me, and now we're doing okay.
Injured? Visit.
Night, they dropped the home end season opener to the Milwaukee Bucks here, and they'll have to come from behind against the Detroit Pistons. It's 54-45 here at halftime. Matt Murphy wrapping things up before the start of the third quarter. 19 for Maxey, 17 for Case Cunningham, the 2021 #1 overall pick for the Detroit Pistons. 10 points for Jaden Ivey, his backcourt mate out of Purdue on the Pistons side of things. The second leading scorer for the Sixers is Kelly Oubre Jr. with 7 points. Sixers need to up their shooting percentage. 40% from overall, 29% from 3, and 61.5% from the free throw line. Pistons shooting it a little bit better. They've made 2 more field goals, 18 of 40. Both have taken 40 shots, so the Pistons are 40.
Blocker for the Bullets. Go with the new ball. Bingo, 2 for 2. All right. We'll never play for.
By 20, Mobley at the other end, unloaded a quick 3, missed it. Rebound grab by Austin Reeves. Reeves out of Oklahoma, hands it to LeBron James, slot for the lane to Davis. Davis in the lane out, Mobley, no foul, ball. Devin Mobley.
The chicken wing, he couldn't get back. So Davis hooked him. I don't know what the officials are saying, Tim, but that's 4 on Mobley, and 2 of the 4 are questionable.
Anthony Davis at the free throw line. Doesn't take long for Karis LeVert to pop off that Cavalier bench. Harrison a terrific first half. 5.6 assists. Now Anthony Davis has missed 3 straight throws.
But Tim, he put LeVert back in because
Put his eyebrows out the
when
way.
they did in the first half, they had great success. The defense picked up a little bit. LeVert was able to do some ball handling, which allowed Donovan to play the off guard and just spot up.
Davis hits that free throw. Jim analytically, they define success plus minus. Harris was a plus 20. Huge It's down to the 4 fouls as Levert does check in. Here's Garland. Garland behind him to Dean Wade. Wade has a clear path.
Wade shut up too.
Problem tonight against the Lakers.
Zaire.
From Wichita. Crushed that one to make it 72-51 Cavaliers.
What's up, Canadian, bro?
On the left side,
Blow that motherfucker up, bro.
Rebound Wade. Wade off to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell to the fourth court, trying to send it ahead to Allen. Ball deflected. LeBron out of there with it. To the fourth court, pushing Levert out of the way. And then he lost the ball. Grabbed by Wade. Ahead to Levert. Stops. 3. Bang! That's Kenny Atkins basketball. That's Atkinson basketball. He pulled up. There was no one under the basket. He pulled up and shot a 3.
Families are not proficient in math. Failing a math class in middle school is a key.
The American voters gonna come up soon. He said it's the American voters gonna come up soon. The election, I mean.
Yeah, the election is November 5th, next Tuesday. It's funny as shit out here.
Sunday, I would have said 7.5, maybe. So it certainly feels high. I ended up going with the Ravens, but I am fading what I think will be a really popular side in Denver. I think there's going to be kind of an overreaction in the last couple of weeks. I think people are going to say, man, this Denver team, they're actually pretty good. Bo Nix is pretty good. This defense. And those things are relatively true, but you got to look at who they play of late, right? I mean, you got perhaps the 2 easiest matchups in the NFL in the last 2 weeks. You get Carolina with Bryce Young, and you get the Saints, who are like the most injured team in NFL history 2 weeks ago. They lose to the Chargers before that. Prior to that, yeah, you blow out a team, but that team was Las Vegas Raiders. You got that win over the Jets in week 4 that felt fluky at the time. And you're like, oh man, how did the Jets blow that game? In retrospect, the Jets just might not be any better than the Denver Broncos. So, I don't want to underrate the Broncos. I don't want to disrespect what they've done so far. They've had a very, very, very easy schedule of opposing quarterbacks specifically. And I think you're catching the Ravens at the wrong time, right? Like you almost, if you're the Broncos, you kind of wish the Ravens would have won that game. It's very hard for a team to have a letdown like that 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, and the Ravens often will blow out teams like that. And you're thinking that, like I remember like the Lions game last year, for instance, where Lions are this up and coming team. This should be a great showdown, and it was just a crush you. Same with like Ravens Bills this year. However, then again, they lost straight up to the Raiders at home. But it's weird things have happened. I set my line at like 7.5 even, just so okay, I'll make sure that I have to pay the hook to go ahead and take if I want to take it. Then it was 9.5, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm taking the Broncos. It's a big rush. Almost to stay away from me.
Yeah, this is closer to a stay away from me. I don't feel that strongly about Baltimore. I'm trying to get a look at where the money's coming in so far in this game. So, as of right now, we have 56% of the bets on Denver, 66% of the money. So, most people are hopping on the Broncos. I get
They're up 5-2. The Pacers win, bring a friend. Translation East
think Denver's going to be able to run the ball. Denver could not run the ball on Carolina last week, which was very surprising. I had Javonte Williams in every DFS lineup. That was just a huge L. It's going to come down to Bo Nix. You're not just going to be able to operate like you had the last 2 weeks, where you're kind of on like junior varsity mode, playing against these NFC South defenses. I know the Ravens' pass defense isn't good. It's going to be a lot better than what you saw in the last 2 weeks against Carolina and New Orleans. So if you think Bo Nix is real, if you think you can go in and put up, you're probably going to need 20 plus points in this game. As good as the Denver defense is, I think Baltimore comes into this game angry. I think they come in recommitted to the run as well. That's the other thing. I mean, Denver rush defense has been pretty good so far this year. I think they're just outside the top 5 in EPA. The Ravens only ran the ball 11 times last week, and that is a through line when you look at a lot of the Ravens' disappointments over the last couple of years, especially this season. And you go back, of course, the most glaring example is the playoff game against KC. And you look back, and you're just like, what are we doing here? It's like, and a lot of good teams do this, not just Baltimore, but you can tell things were not going their way early in that Cleveland game. And instead of just recommitting to what has made them one of the 3 best teams in the NFL, they just kind of fell back on, like, well, we got to get it all back on one play. You're trying to air it out. You're whipping the ball downfield to Rashad Bateman. You have Derrick Henry, man. And you're going up against the Cleveland Browns. You got to carry the ball more than 11 times. So I think Baltimore recommits to that. I don't think they drop 2 games in a row. Maybe they don't cover. We'll see. But if I had to take a side here, it would be the Ravens.
Yeah, I think we both took Broncos out of snap picks, which is interesting. So maybe that was a transcription or something, but something you want to look into there. But I'm on the Broncos and I'm not happy about it. It's one of those where I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm on the Broncos. Yeah, Bo Nix has shown some growth. That's one of the things that I think he does read the game pretty well. I was kind of a big Bo Nix skeptic this season. Maybe it was also Sean Payton. And still does silly things like take punt plays, put it on tape sort of thing. They get in an argument with a player after the game. Little things like that.
Eddie, bro, say how y'all been? We been good. How you been?
So much, but I don't know. It's
been good today, bro.
I have to find a way to replace the Broncos defense in a lot of leagues.
You probably can't.
You doing good today, bro? How you doing?
Sorry, listen to my fantasy football. Going back and forth with my fantasy football in the NBA.
I think you're right. Like, I'm not going to chance it with the Broncos this week. Like, I'm trying to drop them wherever I can. I got a bid in for the Saints defense going up against Carolina. I got a bid in for the Bengals defense as well. There's not a lot of options out there right now. Those were ones that I did. The thing is with Denver, it's like, even if you think they can make it through this game, and it's a big proving game, I don't think it's going to be a great fantasy spot for that defense. Their next 2 after this are Kansas City and Atlanta. Like, I don't feel great about either of those matchups.
Right. I put it this way: if they shut down the Ravens, I'm using them against Atlanta. I think that's the way I'm looking at that. If they crush them, I'm not using them for the next couple of weeks. But then they have like 3 good games in a row after that. So I'm trying to find a way. I hate holding 2 defenses.
Are you hungry right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it depends who you're dropping.
No, I'm good right now. I have a mouse set on my
zero, and you feel okay about your receiver and running back options. You got a couple tight ends, then yeah, it's defensible. I'm with you though. I hate having 2 defenses, 2 kickers, things like that. Although there are some leagues where the Steelers are on a bye this week. It's like I'm not dropping Chris Boswell. When you start to look at the difference between him and some of the lower level kickers who are available, obviously he's a very good kicker and he's in a system and a team that is just in love with not being overly aggressive and letting him kick 4 or 5 times a week. I mean, those aren't things you have to consider. They're not just completely interchangeable. But the Denver defense is a really tough one. I think their best weeks are probably behind them in terms of fantasy production. But we'll see. I mean, again, if they do it against Baltimore this week, I think this will be their toughest test of the year. If just try to. I'm not doing that. Saying somebody wants. I'm talking to the audience. Not to the audience. Okay. So we'll see. I'm actively looking to replace them. We got lots of bad stuff we got to talk about with the NFC
maybe on air, maybe on air too. We'll see about that. And then we got that. But before we do that, it's Bruce coming up. I don't want to shortchange him, and you for that matter, on Boost Talk. So let's go and take our break right now. Now it's Bruce that joins us next.
Tonight on Sirius XM Sports.
The Los Angeles Dodgers try again to claim their 8th World Series championship as they take on the New York Yankees in Game 5 in the Crocs. The action now is on your home for Major League Baseball. MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM Channel 89, and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Now through November 1st, SiriusXM is giving away a pair of tickets to every MLB postseason game through the World Series. Listen to MLB Network Radio for the clues and be the first caller to correctly name the postseason hero. You'll receive a pair of tickets to an MLB postseason game. MLB Network Radio has your chance to win on SiriusXM 89 and the all-new SiriusXM app. No transportation will be included in connection with these prizes. For contest information and official rules, visit SiriusXM.com/MLB postseason heroes. No purchase necessary of an only current SiriusXM subscribers per annum. 22nd must be a U.S. resident of the community.
Oh, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and member FDIC.
Have you had a high-five moment today? High-Five Casino is a social casino where you can win real cash prizes from a giant selection of the hottest games. It's always free to play, with hundreds of exclusive games, live dealer play, community leaderboards, plus free coins every 4 hours and new games every week. Sign up today for a free welcome offer that can get you spinning and winning right away. All at highfivecasino.com. High-Five Casino is a social casino. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. Must be 21 years or older. Terms and conditions apply.
Domino's is here. Oh, yes, I'm starving. Give me some of that saucy cheesy pasta. It's Domino's new 5-cheese mac and cheese. Penne pasta and a blend of cheese made with 100% real mozzarella, cheddar, American, Parmesan, Asiago, and Alfredo sauce, oven baked to creamy, bubbly perfection. Add toppings like bacon or jalapeno for the perfect meal, or side dish to share. It's really good. The new 5-cheese mac and cheese from Domino's. Order online or on the Domino's app.
Want more fun watching the NBA? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Download the Sleeper app today to pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. Points, rebounds, assists, and more. If you're right, you can win up to 100 times your cash. Right now, Sleeper has a special offer for NBA tip-off. New users who deposit $100 will receive a $200 bonus in site credit. Just use code GOLD, and your first deposit up to $100 will be tripled. That's code GOLD. Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code location and other restrictions apply. See terms and rules for details. Please play responsibly. Call 800-426-2537 per hour.
What's up, guys? This is Mark here, the world's strongest man. If you want your fantasy sports team to be strong like me, then tune in right here on Fantasy Sports Radio.
Fantasy Sports Radio, where winning is a...
Shot is the most disciplined of 8. The 8 assists are a promising sign coming off the 10 assist game on Monday, where he started the season with a characteristically low assist numbers. Jacob does have as many as 6 3-point field goals in a game. He did that 3 times during his Toronto run. And he's closing in on that tonight.
Pacers out of the timeout, left to right. 5-middle screen, Siakam. That allows Halliburton to get the ball to Mathurin. He takes it into the teeth of the defense. And they had to foul him to stop him. He's back on the line where he's 4 for 4.
Pacers have done a really nice job with their after timeout execution with their sets. They've been able to space the floor appropriately, screen setting, and oftentimes getting the shot they want.
Brown's foul is his 3rd, their 2nd team foul. Mathurin to the line, 15 off the bench. And just 5 in Orlando the other night, played 21 minutes plus. He'll go well beyond that before the night's over in this game. He knocks down another one. That ends Boston's brief 5-point run. 7 points in the first 3 minutes, 41 seconds of the 3rd for employee 00. And he knocks down 2 more. He has scored 7 of the Pacers, 14 points in this quarter. And it's 81-68. Correction, 8 of their points in this quarter. Boston with Tatum on top. Neesmith is on Tatum. High screen, Holiday peels to the top.
top of the circle, takes the pick and pop pass, and then throws it away. Intercepted and delayed by Jackson. This leads to a break. You can count that and put Matherin on the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Impossible, seemingly impossible shot there with the contact.
Foul on Holiday. That's his second and their third. Matherin now with 10 points in 4 minutes and 3 seconds in the third quarter.
Very microwave-ish.
All about Brady Johnson.
Quickly, Reeves up the side against Merrill. Reeves heads down low. Allen puts him off. Reeves hands it off to Davis. And he missed the layup.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Garland to the forecourt with a stutter step down the lane, right corner to Yang. Three, full time.
He's called for his first second team foul, first substitution of the third quarter. Frank Xavier, too, with senior off of the bench. Fifth-year man from Michigan State. He didn't play in the first half. Although he has played in each of their 4 previous games. Brownie is open, catch and shoot 3, left is short, left edge. Rebound scooped up on Matherin. Into the open floor he goes, and then goes left side to Siakam. Back to Matherin.
Oh, Siakam.
In the wing, and it winds up on top.
Oh, that's what
he said? What's he supposed to call?
I don't know, but in the interview, LeBron James said like 10 different nicknames. He said he can say anything but that.
Oh, he's really as shit.
And Dad, pass the ball, Dad.
Well, I'm a grown-ass man. He can call you dad if I want to. He's rude as shit.
This is what I like about this style of play. It makes guys accountable, not only for skills they but the missing shots that they should make, that they practice. I love it, man. See, that's Steve Kerr's now. Steve Kerr's.
Brian accused the baby all the way up until now. They said LeBron James creating his own teammate.
Right.
And to spend a year with Tony Lue, to spend 3 years with Steve Kerr, how much more knowledge and how much more you can learn just soaking it in from 2 coaches that have been to the mountaintop and put it on. Learn his lessons well. There were times when I've seen this Cavalier team crumble, man, but they didn't make shots. And their defense suffered. But not now. They continue to defend, but they keep scoring. They keep shooting. LeVert coming down in transition. No one under the basket. And he pumps them great. 3:08 to go here in the third. LeBron will bring it forward off the timeout. Feeds left side to Dalton. Connect. Finds Davis in the main. AD's got the dunk. And they've got 3 smaller players plus LeVert, plus LeBron, and Davis. Cavs by 19 with the ball. LeVert's left side, Garland. Garland matched up against next Christie. These guys. Garland in the lane on Christie. Back out front, LeVert. 3-ball Harris. Good! Harris, LeVert. Oh, what a third quarter for Harris. 3 threes. He's got 11 and 16 overall. And Joe Garland making it happen. 92-70. Oh, LeVert appeared to have the steal on LeBron. And they'll call that foul on Harris LeVert. 2:23 to go here in the third. It'll be LeBron James going to the free throw line. You know, Adidas is taking over at Rocket Works.
I got you on the right.
See the Cavs battle the Bucks. Now join us
You like the variety?
takeover and have the chance to win a new pair of Don issue number 6 shoes.
So those were 7. When I counted the other package, it was only 5. I said, ooh, I get 2 extra for the same
Here
time.
on Monday, that makes for an interesting weekend. Cavs will be in Milwaukee on Saturday, and then home to Milwaukee on Monday. Bit of a playoff feel there with 2 games against the Bucks in 3 days. Cavs by 20 as LeBron had a vote. Mobley and Lane focus bounced around the rim and out. Rebound grab by Anthony Davis. And the next Christie and Christie driving on Niang.
Max Crispy. No relation to Max.
Rebound Anthony Davis from the Lakers ahead to LeBron James. LeBron ahead of scheme down the lane.
That's what I'm saying, but the foul. You want
Khalifa said, show me your tits.
the player that's probably done the best job is
Khalifa. I don't know.
Jared Allen. He's been down
I don't know if it was, why, if it was Wiz Khalifa, he would show up.
He had nowhere to go.
No, they held his message for review. Here we on here talking like that.
That first free throw, 23, and 11 here in the third. But it hasn't been enough.
It's about to be dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's gonna be no lights about.
Carroll up front three, short rebound. Anthony Davis lost it out of bounds. Hopefully was battling Davis. He ran into a cameraman down there as they helped him back up. The Cavalier basketball with 1:41 to go here in the third quarter.
All right, Daddy, here we go.
Yep.
Cavs home Friday to Orlando. Magic will be in town. Mitchell gives out to Mobley. Donovan got it back. Mitchell out front against Max Christie. Mitchell got a screen out. He'll drive by Davis, lanes, and scores. Right.
Body position, high dribble screen.
Oh, somebody went over that well.
Work that screen.
Oh, down it.
And by 19. 22 to go. Steal by Merrill. On the Mobley.
Another steal. Another turnover by the Lakers.
And this Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse crowd is loving it. As Mitchell knocks the pass out of bounds. I'll tell you what, hats off to the folks here at the Fieldhouse tonight. They have been roaring from the get-go. Yep. They have fueled this team. One of the best home courts in the NBA. Here's Max Christie on the right sideline. Comes to Davis. Under a minute to go here in the third. Davis backing down Wade. 4 on the clock. Spins on Wade. Shoots the baseline and hits.
Excellent shot. Heck of a shot.
Just an elite player.
Yeah. He was almost out of bounds when he released that ball.
Carlos fires right side to Wade. Wade trying to shovel it underneath. It's deflected, but it came back. Rebound. Hard ball out. From the guard to do it. 3 ball.
Ball movement. Dane Wade found the open.
Just puts his head down and drives past Tillman. It's a 13-point run that ends with a Pritchard 3 from the left end. Pritchard with his third 3-point field goal. 92-71. Indiana by 21 points. As the Pacers come left to right in blue, the Celtics defend in white. Walker, left sideline. One dribble, handoff to Mathurin, working Tillman, drives him down the left side, feeds the far corner. Toppin fakes the 3. Holiday blows by. Toppin takes the 3. And it's pulled off the front of the rim by Boston's Tatum. Back the other way, Pritchard, center of the floor, Tatum. Walker got a hand on the dribble, knocked it away. Loose ball rolls out to the timeline. Grabbed by Brown, and Brown gave it up. Intercepted by Neesmith. Ahead to Mathurin. Bounce pass. Hannaford plays it in.
Hannaford.
Wants the ball, and Picklin finally take it up. Convert for 2. At the other end, Holiday driving the left baseline is fouled. That's the 4th team foul. Both teams now with 4. Indiana by 23. With 3:48 to play in the third. Neesmith picks up his third. And they'll rule this as shooting fouls.
Think about last year where the league came out and they came out with a 65-game mandate for basically all the awards. And they were really encouraging guys not to sing on national TV games and stuff like that. And I think it's tough because I think the league wants to say, like, our guys don't rest, like, please watch the regular season. On the other hand, we also had a ton of guys last year not healthy during the playoffs. Right. Like a ton of star players are not available during the playoffs. So it is a double-edged sword where you're telling these guys they have to play. I think at this point the league is other than just the 65-game rule for awards, which just generally speaking, I'm okay with. It's not a big deal. I think it's just the optics of saying, like, hey, we just don't want to play this guy because we're worried about his health. Too bad. I don't think the NBA wants these organizations to sort of signal that to their fans.
I think it just feeds back into this relatively new idea, maybe a decade or so old, of everything coming down to the postseason, right? The devaluing of the regular season, and it's, from a player perspective, I think it's tough to push back on that, right? Because nobody has caught more heat for his lack of playoff performance, his lack of playoff health, his lack of playoff runs than Joel Embiid, right? So it's like, if Embiid has to say it, it's like, hey, we want to do everything we can to make sure you're 100%, come April and May. And I get it, but you're totally right. I mean, I'm not surprised that the NBA settled on what's ultimately a pretty low dollar fine. $100K seems like a lot to us. That is absolutely nothing to the Philadelphia 76ers. But I don't know. We're what, 5 or 6 years now into this discussion, Alex, and it just, there's no perfect solution, right? There really isn't. If everything is going to come down to titles, and certain players like Embiid who are injury prone are going to kind of gear their season toward that. From a team perspective, from a player perspective, it's hard to push back on it. But you also can see it from the other side, right? And as a fan, as a TV viewer, you're not tuning in to watch Kelly Oubre.
I think it's strange. Yeah, I mean, the discussions, like, and then the whole, the rings culture discussion, right? All these TV, all the shows, first take night shows, like, it's driven on, hey, can this player win titles? Are they clutch in the playoffs? That sort of thing. But you're right. It's like, if I want to go see a Bucks game, I want to be sure that guys are playing before I buy my tickets. Like, buying tickets a month in advance, it's like, who knows? Who knows who can be playing for either team, right? So I think it is tough from the league's perspective, and obviously from a whether you're a casual or a hardcore fan, like, you just want to go to a basketball game, it's tough.
We're playing Popovich for this. That Thursday night game, it was like 5-6 years ago, where he just blatantly rested all the starters on a standalone national TV game, and I think that's where, like, people started to push back.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, it's really only gotten worse since then, but at the same time, I think, I don't know, we've had conflicting studies, right? There'll be studies that say, hey, you play 40 minutes a night, night after night, it's bad for you, and then the NBA has their own studies where they'll say, no, it's actually, that's not true, and it's like, well, I don't know who exactly do we believe here, but I think it's just kind of a new reality at this point.
Yeah, this debate could go on and on now. Unfortunately, we got a break coming up, so we'll have to let you go. We appreciate your insights. As always, you join us every Wednesday throughout the NBA season. Go check out all about awesome content over at rotowire.com/basketball. Alex, enjoy this big Wednesday night slate. Good luck on the Pels.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Alex Maruta. Everybody, again, go check out all of our basketball content at rotowire.com/basketball. We get picks every day. Check out the RotoWire Picks app wherever you get your apps. Google Play Store, Apple App Store, whatever they call it. Go check that out, especially if you're playing on Prize Picks, if you're playing on Underdog. Great insights there every single night. Back to football talk on the other side. We'll give you a World Series update as well. Now, Pianowski going to join us in about 45 minutes. Make sure you stick around. Plenty.
If you like yacht rock, you're gonna love Yacht Zone. A Sirius XM channel with the same smooth, but even more groove. Yes, turn your love on. So fun, Yacht Zone. Listen year-round at home on Alexa, Google Home, smart TVs, and everywhere on the Sirius XM app. The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM. We're back on the track Sunday,
1 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Xfinity 500 from Martinsville Speedway. On Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the Sirius XM app. Yeah.
This football season, win up to 1,000 times your cash every game day only on Underdog. Just take higher or lower on your favorite players' stats like touchdowns, yards, and so on. Millions of fans from all over the U.S. have won over $1 billion on Underdog. Underdog is offered in 33 states across the U.S. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Don't miss out. Sign up for Underdog today using promo code FANTASY, and you'll get a free pick as a part of your first cash entry. plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Again, that's promo code FANTASY. Cash in on every touchdown this season with Underdog. Must be 18 and over. 19 and over in Alabama and Nebraska. 19 and over in Colorado for some games. 21 and over in Massachusetts and Arizona. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. 778 HOPE INLINE or text HOPE INLINE at 42369.
Message and data rate.
How will it affect? Is your mom getting the help? Well, that's tied to voting. It's already making change in our community. I'm tired of our right, Social Security, investing in young people. You have to vote. That's why we make change. I'll be at the polls on November 5th. Will you?
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris.
I think you probably ain't never
The
voted.
fantasy football season is in full swing. And RotoWire.com is here to help you crush the competition. From breaking play games to in-depth analysis, you'll have everything you need to make the right
Who voted
move.
for Barack?
The live calls for RotoWire pickups, the Ask an Expert feature is just a click away. Whether you're playing season-long or daily fantasy, RotoWire has the tools you need to win. Don't miss out. Head over to RotoWire.com/radio now for free access. That's RotoWire.com/radio.
I don't think, yeah. I mean, you pay a motherfucker to say anything. Say anything. I mean, maybe he did. I don't know.
To the channel where fantasy meets reality.
I don't think he voted last time.
XM's Fantasy Sports Radio.
I don't think he voted for Biden or Trump.
Way more than picks and plays. This is RotoWire.
Welcome back to RotoWire. Jeff Harrison here with Nick Whalen, and football season is also here. It's heating up, and PrizePicks is the best place to get real money, sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. PrizePicks even invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. Not only that, but PrizePicks is the only daily fantasy app with insurance. If one of your players goes down in the first half, PrizePicks doesn't count it as a loss. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code RotoWire. Get $50 instantly. You play $5. That's code RotoWire on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even
I'll
need
pick
to
up
win
that
to
package
receive
that
a
was
$50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
It's still sitting out
All
there?
right.
I don't know. I can't.
We're talking a little bit about that Denver game.
I looked earlier.
I wanted to talk about. I thought we're kind of
Y'all at home.
jumped off the
Watch
page
the
as
draft.
ones that were kind of tricky.
About to sleep on my life.
Cowboys, Falcons. This one we're at loggerheads. I'm on the Falcons. Okay, so you know how you said you were on the Ravens, but in staff picks list one thing. Yeah. Well, this is me on the Cowboys. I thought I picked the Cowboys instead of the Falcons for staff picks. I really did, and here we are. So I think I see the Falcons listed there. So I guess I said Falcons, but I don't. This shows you how strongly I don't feel about this one here. I think Dallas is going to score a ton of points. The question is, can they prevent them against the Falcons?
This is one for me where I'm fading myself. I think the Falcons will win this game, but Dallas has not played well. Defense has been objectively very bad of late. They cannot run the ball whatsoever. They're like the worst running team in the NFL, and yet they're only 2.5 point dogs on the road at Atlanta, a team that in theory matches up really well, I think, with this Cowboys team. So I'm looking at this one much like I looked at that game. So it's kind of a kitchen sink spot for Dallas, right? You lose this, you're not feeling good about your wild card chances. Atlanta has a bit of a cushion, so that's why I ended up on the Dallas side, but do not feel good about it.
Fade myself. It's one of the best methods ever in handicapping.
Get out of your own sight.
Because the same thing works for me. All right, we got another hour of football talk coming up. It's the RotoWire.
Jeff Mans is leading you to a fantasy football championship on Elite Sports, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern.
He's easily the top waiver wire target this week. He's outside, he's to the far, he's there!
Revealing weekly fantasy football rankings and daily fantasy football core 4, along with dishing out start and sit advice.
He's a must start in all formats. Touchdown!
On Elite Sports, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, and always on the new Sirius XM app by searching Elite.
This is former fantasy football superstar Torrey Holtz.
Who's the next Tory Bolton of fantasy football? The answers are right here. Fantasy Sports.
This is the SiriusXM Sports Update.
The Yankees are again trying to keep their season alive as they host the Dodgers for Game 5 of the World Series.
Right center field seats. And the Yankees taking a immediate 2-0 in this must game. All rise. Here comes the
That's Yankees radio on SiriusXM. New York wasn't done there in the first inning. The very next batter, Jazz Chisholm, would hit a
Shouts out to James Porter.
My home studio here. The Dodgers are losing 4-0 to the Yankees. Pacers are doing that really dumb thing where they let the ball just keep bounce play just forever there for reasons. It worked. They still scored off that play. But at any rate, one thing I noticed, Celtics have hit, they're losing, but they're hitting all these crazy threes. We saw them opening night, where they were on fire until the very end when they were trying to force it for the record. It's like the last 13. But I just want to say that people that aren't regular fans of the NBA don't realize how good shooting is. When it comes to from long distance. Not just the quantity of the big pointers, but like distance, the number of people that can shoot it. All these big guys that can shoot, like Al Horford. I mean, that's something that didn't exist like in the 90s. The NBA. It's just something that's a completely different game now.
Yeah, the league average right now for three-point attempts per game is 37, which is up about 2 per game compared to last week. It felt like things were getting out of hand. The average team is taking about 40% of their attempts from beyond the arc, and I think this is a problem personally for the NBA. It's the right way to play. It's the most effective way to play. But at the same time, it's not the most fun product to watch by any means. As we see John Carlos Stanton, by the way, hit on that Crocs, now 5-0 Yankees. But you're right. I mean, to be a big man in the NBA now, it's a rarity if you're not shooting. Right? I mean, even there are a lot of players who came in as not three-point shooters, like Onyeka Okongwu, for example. I'm watching very closely tonight because I have my fantasy teams. He is 1 of 5 from the field, 0 4 from beyond the arc. Not really somebody who thought about shooting threes coming into the league, but you kind of have to survive now. And these old school, when you think of like a true rugged, power forward, those guys have been just totally phased out of the game. And I don't love it. It's like you kind of like having some characters on each team. It's like a guy who you just know exactly what this guy's going to bring, and he's like he's never going to shoot outside 12 feet. But that's kind of part of the deal. And every team is kind of standardized this, right? It's like most rosters kind of look the same. At most, maybe you'll have kind of a rim running center who doesn't shoot threes, and that creates matchup issues for you. But you do have a big man who you can bring in who does shoot threes, and you kind of love this whole lineup thing. Which, again, I get it. It's the most effective way to play, but I think the NBA has lost some character over the years, phasing those 7 players out.
No Charles Oakley's, if you will.
No.
Short.
Yeah. I mean, it is Andre Drummond. That's not exactly a character.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Even he'll take some threes.
It's like 444 miles.
Yeah, you're right. I enjoy the game better than I did years ago. But I don't know, maybe it helps that my team is good. Per record notwithstanding. I think that they have one of the more watchable products. There are teams that were less appealing to watch there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, it's really, I think one of the big criticisms of the NBA now is it's a make or miss league, people say, and it's actually pretty accurate, right? Because I think that even the best teams can lose on any given night if you're hit by like a 5 for 35 3-point shooting night, and the other team goes 13 to 39. Like that's just a huge advantage, right? I mean that's 39 to 15 in terms of points off of 3-pointers. So I think in some ways it has made the league a little bit more competitive because every team has 7 or 8 guys who are pretty good 3-point shooters, and if one or two of those guys gets hot, then you're going to be able to hang in with anybody. But it's I don't know. It's getting to a point now where they're not unique styles of play, right? There's a kind of about their game. For example, really deep player right now. These are rare, right? I mean, there are not many guys who are not willing to step out and shoot three. And because of that, they have to be so physical and athletic and finish at the rim. Again, the talent level is higher than it's ever been. The scoring numbers are higher than they've been in a very long time. Three-point efficiency, it makes sense
After the
to play this way, but
just now starting to come out the woodwork.
Just about any game.
You think so?
Sometimes it just feels like, all right, whoever makes the most three-pointers is going to win.
Yeah. Well, I get that. And
are you ahead of it?
And if you're especially bad from beyond the arc,
I kept moving.
I get that.
Yeah, and low volume too. That's the other thing. Is you can, like the Lakers, for example, last year were a very good three-point shooting team percentage-wise, but they were right near the bottom of the league in terms of attempts. So it's like you're not really maximizing, that skill set for your roster.
I was thinking Phoenix Suns. That was my example, especially I could have pointed out many times in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. It isn't. I mean, it's
6 and
the math works.
8 o'clock. This is what
It is what it is. It's an interesting point. I saw like a discussion like, okay, do we make dunks worth more or something like that? I thought that was the solution in fucking search of a problem, but maybe I'm I don't know. But who wouldn't want to see more dunks? That's true. In traffic dunks are some of the best dunks ever. I don't want to see like wide open dunks, but I want to see the the in traffic dunks. Those are super fun.
I'm in favor of dunks in general. I'll take a breakaway dunk as long as you're doing something cool with it. Don't just kind of lay it up there with one hand. If you got a breakaway, at least cock it back a little bit, maybe throw a windmill in there. I mean, I've read up on this a lot. There's certainly no kind of permanent solution here that would make sense for everyone. And I think what I like best is this idea of, I think it was Kurt Goldsberry who now works for the Ringer has posited this, where you just eliminate the corner three. The three-point arc ends essentially, 10 feet up the sideline or whatever it is. And that I like. I love this idea of changing like the scoring format, the radius, different line. Ball control, try to sustain dive spot for the Houston Texans, and you never know what you're going to get weak from the Jets. I mean, I have no idea weak from the Jets. I mean, I have no idea, right? I mean, sometimes this offense, they've actually. I would go Houston. I don't feel great about it. It's not even a points grab. It's not even a points grab because there's not really enough points out there where it's like it's kind of a pick the winner game for me. And maybe it's a 1 or 2 point game. You can split the difference, but I don't really look at it that way. And also, at some point, the Jets are going to win another game, right? If it's a pretty good spot, you're at home without 2 huge offensive weapons. They haven't even looked all that good this season anyway. I don't know. I'm talking myself in circles. I have no idea what's going to happen. I just think we get a low scoring game. So my play is the under 42 now.
Yeah. And this is definitely one of the, and I like that. And I think that's the right play. It's definitely one of the, I think the Texans might be in trouble. So it's a tough one there. Another game that I struggled with a little bit was St. Andrews. Like you said, the auto don't want to at any price sort of thing kicks in. But I also feel that way about the Saints. I think they're terrible. I think Dennis Allen is terrible. He had a meeting with the team today.
He is so much better. I think he'll end up playing. Being back in the big as we get the Chargers. This guy feels bad. That's Carolina. I think they can get him more involved. You got those things here. I can't take Carolina. I know 7.5 is appealing. Carolina only lost by 14 last week against Denver. That probably should have been a bigger blowout. Denver got a little gap deeper in the second half of that game. It was kind of alternating between playing conservative and then they would just pull out these like random ultra aggressive play calls like a fake punt. When you're up 3 scores. But it's Bryce Young starting with Carolina. If it was Dalton, maybe I'd feel differently. I'm just still on an auto fade of Carolina, especially with Carmack.
Yeah, I did take the Saints, even though I just hate the idea of the Saints giving 7 points to anybody. They turned that over, but I will say Bryce Young was 24-27 last week against the Broncos. Now he threw 2 interceptions also, so those don't count as incompletions again. But and analysis saying, oh, he did play faster. They might get Brooks back this week. They also traded away Deontay Johnson. But then again, does that move the needle that much? Maybe not. Kind of though. I like seeing new talent come to the league. Unfortunately, it's not available